Um, yo, I guess let me just bring some of you people up because I'm not gonna be talking that long. Um, nigga, the argument of Kawhi, like none of what he's saying made any sense. The argument of
at all, bro.
Kawhi being Kawhi being single handedly the reason, or he's being a major component to them being a top 10 defense. When every team that he's been on, when he doesn't play, they've they've provided the evidence that they can still be a top 10 defense without him. The Spurs in 2018 without Kawhi were a top three defense without him. The Raptors when Kawhi was there was the fifth. Without him, they actually got better. They were the second best defense without him. And this year, they were still a top 10 defense without him. Like there's no actual evidence that he's that impactful on a defensive end. Furthermore, people once more, and why I said that I don't know why we're making a career accolade argument. We are not talking about Kawhi in 2015 or 2014 defensively and what he's doing now because they're not the same thing. Is Kawhi an elite defender? At times, I believe he can be, especially when they need him to focus in that aspect. But does he play at that level routinely enough like he did back in 2014? Absolutely not. And if you actually watch him play, you would know irrefutably Kawhi does not play on that level anymore. He just doesn't, which is fine. When you increase your offensive load, you're not going to be able to. It's very rare that a player can be one of, if not the best offensive players, while also being an elite level defender. That is very, very rare throughout NBA history. So it's not a knock on Kawhi. It's just the simple fact that he does not produce on that same level, especially not to the lengths of claiming that his impact defensively is on par with Jokic's impact offensively. That is like the most absurd thing that anybody could ever say. That does
That
not
was
make any
almost the
sense.
craziest thing he said. Well, the first, well, that wasn't. I don't think that was the same guy they called us fascist, but, um, yeah,
Calling us
the
fascists is crazy.
yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I don't even know like how this is even a conversation. Like when I jumped into the space, we were comparing Jokic to Kawhi, and I'm like why is this a topic? Like, first of all, Jokic is he's a two-time MVP. Kawhi hasn't even been playing. Like, I I didn't even know why we were having the conversation then. But I do see in the space, the title is KD and Kawhi are not top five. So Lo, you don't have who's your top five right now, Lo? I get the Kawhi not being there, but you said KD, so I'm trying to see.
I have Giannis, Jokic, Curry, and if we're talking about healthy, LeBron, Luka, those are my top five. And then Durant is seven, so it's Embiid six and Durant seven.
I get the first that top five. I actually, yeah, I'm there with you. What is the reasoning though? What has Embiid done to be put ahead of Kevin Durant though?
Embiid, I just think Embiid's playmaking this past season has definitely increased to the point it's increased tremendously while also being able because I mean we're being realistic. He was carrying that team before Harden got there. And if I'm not mistaken, before Harden was there, I think they were like battling out to be the second or third best team in the Eastern Conference without Harden. So like for sure, Harden aided them, especially in the playmaking ability. But I can double check right now.
Yo, actually, yo, Lo, I got a general question for you. Like, since we was talking about Jokic, and we was talking about like the 3-1 lead over there in that space. I was gonna ask, like, we all know Jokic was the best player on that floor. Was
No, he
Kawhi
was not.
Leonard
No,
even
he was
was
not.
Kawhi Leonard in that series was even like the second best player on that floor?
He was a better. No, he was not. Stop it, bro. You messed up then, bro.
No,
Jokic is not. I have to go back and double check, but
because
Jokic is not the best, bro. If you watch the games,
Yo
Jokic was not the best player
Who
on the
was the
floor.
best player in Mookie?
It was Kawhi Leonard until
Kawhi
that
Leonard
game
was not the
seven, bro.
best player on that floor in that game.
Yes, he was,
And no, he
bro.
was not.
Bro, I watched the games.
It
Jokic's
was
not the best player
Jokic
on the floor, bro.
followed by Jamal Murray.
Jokic
Yeah,
had an
there's an
easy
argument
matchup.
Jamal
Bro,
Murray
bro, bro, bro,
outplayed
bro.
Jamal
Kawhi.
Murray
Jamal
was
Murray was hold
torching
on, bro. But this is
Kawhi.
why you don't watch the game. Jamal Murray was mediocre to
We
that game
watched
I
the
seven.
was
game.
watching the
No, he
game.
did not.
I was there
No,
when they
we
put
If
no,
them
you
we
in
watch
your
the
did.
games,
lead.
you won't make
We
no
did.
claim saying Jokic was better.
Kawhi Leonard was not the best player on that floor because if he was the best player
Yes,
on
he
that floor,
was.
he would
He
not
was
have
the best
blown the
player on the
3-1
floor.
lead.
He was the best player.
If he was the best player
Even
on
Mike
that floor,
Malone,
he would not
even
have
Mike.
blown
Hold on, hold on.
the
Even
3-1
their own
lead.
coach said
even their old coach said, we know Kawhi Leonard is the best player on the
So
floor.
fucking
We got to
what?
do a different type thing. So we got to do it. We got to implement different coverages
He
on how to stop
and,
Kawhi
and
Leonard,
and in
bro.
that series, he was
Stop
not the
it,
best
He's
bro.
player
well,
on that
but
Is y'all
series.
good?
he's
Is y'all
talking
okay?
about. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's referencing on like the opposing side. I don't think that the gap, even if you want to say that Kawhi was, I don't think the gap between Kawhi and Jokic in that series was wide enough to even for that to be a difference maker. All I'm
I
saying is though,
agree, but
I was
I agree to
asking,
that
was
to a
Kawhi
sense.
the
But a simple
second
fact
best
is
player
that
on
when we
that floor?
talking about Kawhi and Jokic, who was producing on both ends of the floor in that series, it was Kawhi. Jokic had the easiest
but
matchup.
and that's fine to produce on both sides of the floor. But then again, this is where you lost everybody with the whole Kawhi's defense is just as valuable as Jokic's offense, which is just factually incorrect.
Yes, it is.
There's nothing to prove it because if Kawhi's defense was that impactful and that it played that much of a factor, then Jamal Murray would not be having those nights like he did throughout the series.
But here the thing. You're naming a one game, like everybody, like
But it
any.
I
wasn't
didn't
a
say
one
Here's the
one.
thing.
game.
Wait,
It
wait, wait,
Here's
wait,
the
wasn't
thing.
wait. I
one
didn't
Any
say
elite
one
game.
defender.
It
game.
wasn't a one game
Yes,
I
it
though.
didn't
was. It
say
was
one
one game.
game. I did not
Yeah,
say
there's
one
been
game.
times we can
Well,
pull up
well, you
clips.
naming you
Hold on,
naming a
Lo. Hold on,
game
Lo.
in a couple plays.
See,
See,
see, see.
any
This is
elite.
where
If
you
you
lose
listen,
us, bro.
here's the thing.
There's
Here's the
been
thing.
times
It,
we can pull up clips where
oh,
Jamal, where
okay,
Quality
you're
was
naming one,
guarding Jamal Murray,
bro.
and Jamal
You're
Murray was
naming
doing
one.
step
Hold on,
back
bro.
threes
You're
and
naming
giving
one
him
clip.
points.
You're naming one. You naming one clip or where
There's no
Jamal Murray
clips.
had
There's
a
a
good
bunch of
play,
clips where Jamal Murray's been spanking him.
bro. You're naming. Okay, you're naming
There's
two
a
good
bunch of
plays,
clips.
bro. Let's have a real conversation. I don't want to scream or anything, bro.
No,
Right?
because
We
you just
talking
been
about
saying
listen,
bullshit
listen,
in the
listen,
other
listen,
space, and you still saying bullshit
listen,
now.
bro.
Hey, quick
Bro, can you
question. What's
stop
the
crying,
argument? I'm
bro?
sorry. What's
We
the
talking,
arguments?
bro. We're talking about you're naming a couple of plays, and Jamal Murray having one good game in the game 7 when he was mediocre throughout the
It was
first
not one
six
good
games.
game.
He was mediocre throughout the first 6 games. You're naming them couple of clips, couple of plays. What
What?
happened to Kawhi Leonard, and sitting there saying that Jamal Murray outplayed or cooked Kawhi Leonard,
And
bro. If you're an elite defender, you get cooked some type of way. You're not going to actually hold
uh,
everybody or contest every shot out there. That's just how the nature of the game of basketball is being played, bro.
Well, YOLO,
let
I
me set
can't,
the
Lo.
record straight. The game before game
I'm having
seven,
the brain aneurysm.
he wasn't mediocre in game 6. That's definitely a bit of a stretch. And then if I'm not mistaken, even in game 5, in the second half of game 5, Jamal Murray came alive in that second half. So again, and
He
let
did.
me also say this as well. In that series, 'cause I've recently watched it, and this is the reason why Kawhi's defense just cannot be as valuable as Jokic's offense, is because they were just scheming Kawhi out of the defensive play. Like so they would
Yep.
sit there where they would just start running 2-man game with Jamal Murray and Jokic, and Kawhi literally just can't defend two players at one time. So they were scheming him out of these possessions, and even when both Paul George and when Paul George it was a stretch down. I think I want to say it was game 7 where both Paul George and Kawhi they were spending time on Jamal Murray and Jokic. Like Kawhi was literally trying his best to defend
Mm-hmm.
Jokic. They
Yep.
would then just
It was
say, okay, if you're going to defend us that way, fine. We'll just have Jamal Murray go on the other side, and then we'll just put Zubac back in action, or we'll put Morris back in action, and we'll beat you that way. That's the reason why, like irrefutably, it doesn't matter how good Kawhi's defense is because he's not a rim protector. He can only impact one player at a time. So there's a team.
here's the thing. When the Nuggets figure out that everybody, Lou Williams, Montrezl Harrell, they was playing bad, and Paul George was playing bad as well, and they figured out their no defensive side was defending Kawhi was basically double him. So when Kawhi would just catch the ball in the low post area when he get to the mid range or where he was in isolation, he sent two guys at him and just basically pass the ball to a Lou Williams. That helps. That helped work for the Nuggets successfully because they figured out this get the ball out of Kawhi Leonard's hand, force everyone else to beat you, and they won the series just like that, bro. It was simple, easy work.
I get that, but do you hear what I'm saying? When you
Yeah.
make the argument that
Right. You're talking about, yeah.
his
Okay.
defense literally can't be more valuable than Jokic's offense when he was able to be schemed out of possessions.
I don't even think you realize how
Nah,
crazy of
but
a
here's the
statement
thing.
that is because number one, offense is already valued higher than defense. I mean, there are two sides of the floor, but a great offensive player or offensive scoring game is already more
It's not
valuable
necessarily
than
true.
No, it is.
It
That is a
is. It's
that
on
is a fact.
on the individual level. It
Otherwise,
is.
niggas
It
like
is.
Tony
But if you
Allen
got a but if
and
you
Bruce
got a guy,
Bowen would have been making all-star teams,
but
fam.
hold on. But
Like
if you have a guy,
nobody.
hold on, bro. But if you have a guy that can just match you offensively,
But
right?
he's not
But he's
matching
more.
Nikola Jokic offensively.
He's
Yes,
not
he
matching
is.
him.
Yes,
He's
he
not.
is.
He's
What are you
not,
talking about?
He's
bro.
Are
not.
y'all
Nikola
serious?
Jokic is one of
He's
the
not.
Hold on, bro, bro.
the
Hold on.
best
Hear what I'm
offensive
saying.
agents this
Is
game
y'all
has
really
ever
sitting there
seen,
saying
bro.
that Jokic is just a far superior, better offensive player than Kawhi Leonard?
Because of his
I believe.
playmaking.
I believe so, and especially in that
Oh
series,
my
yes, I
god!
believe
Oh
so.
my god! Oh my
That's
god!
Because
Oh,
again, you are. But
woo,
the problem
man!
what you're doing is that you're correlating offense with just scoring,
Scoring.
No, no,
and
no,
that's
no,
not
no,
just
no.
what it is. So you're.
I'm not
I don't know if
looking
you.
at scoring because
Okay, so
offensively, there's
you
no
believe.
flaws on Kawhi Leonard's game.
Say it again.
Yet, offensively, there's no flaws to Kawhi Leonard's
He's not
game.
a great
He's Jokic.
He's
playmaker, bro.
he's
There,
that's
there's
nowhere
a
near
flaw
the
right
same
that's
there.
not
playmaker as
true,
He don't
bro.
Jokic.
have to hold on. He don't have to be the same play because Jokic is a great playmaker. He's the best playmaker in the league. But
Yep.
to figure out the fact that he can match Jokic, not necessarily match him in terms of points per assists per game, but literally he can do the shit that Jokic does, which is playmaking. He can
He
pass out of the
cannot
double
play make
team.
like Jokic. No, he cannot.
I'm not saying he can play make like Jokic, but he has that to his game where he can play make just as Jokic. Not as good as Jokic, but he has that to his game where he can play make just
But you're
like Jokic.
using the word as, so you're
You're saying
basically
just
saying he
as
could do the
though. You
same
keep
Okay,
saying
Right.
you're
but
saying
But
just
okay,
you're
but
as.
not.
What are
But
we
see,
talking
bro,
you're making
about?
it
bro,
seem
you
like
got to hear
Kawhi
what I'm
Leonard
saying.
just can't pass the
He can
ball.
just hold on.
No. Here, okay, so here we hear what you're saying, but when you use the word as, you're saying hey, he can play make like Jokic. So when you
No,
say as, it's the same shit. You just
bro.
said, bro, as Jokic, bro. It don't matter. You're basically
Here's
We're
saying he can play make
if
we're
like
listen.
Jokic.
We're saying that Kawhi has the arsenal in his bag where he can play make. Not good as Jokic, but he can still play make. When I sit there and make a claim saying he
Kawhi
has no
Leonard is an
flaws,
Okay,
average
he has no
playmaker
flaws
at best.
offensively,
use
I
not as
stand
okay,
the
on that
don't
all
use
right,
claim,
all
as.
right,
bro.
and that's all right. So fine, we established he can play make. If you had to put a number on Kawhi's playmaking on 1 to 10, what would it be?
A 6.
Uh, seven, close to 8.
So a 7. Let's just say 7.5.
Yeah.
Jokic is by far a 10. Like,
Okay.
and I don't even
We
and
get,
if
bro.
it,
I don't think we're arguing that who's a
okay, but so
we
that but
arguing who's a better.
that is a point. And I don't even think Jokic. I don't even think Kawhi is a 7.5. I think he's closer to like 6.5. But we'll be splitting hairs. The point that I'm making though is that it's undeniably clear that you cannot sit here and say that the only thing that they match up on, especially in that series, was scoring. And even when it came down to scoring, Jokic scored more efficiently than Kawhi in that series. And add on top of the fact that Jokic is averaging more offensive rebounds than Kawhi, I'm just not seeing everybody get in. So give me a second. He's averaging more offensive rebounds than Kawhi, and he's just a noticeably better playmaker than Kawhi as
Like
well.
6 inches
No,
taller than Kawhi.
But he's nowhere near the defensive player
and
as Kawhi.
I'm not saying that. But
And
the reason why
I
we're
but
know,
if
I
we
stemming,
know,
if
I
we
know, I know. I get
if
you. I
we
get
marginal it
you.
down to a serious sample size, then I can nitpick and go off a series of what Jokic
but
did against the Suns and compare
we
that
got to the
to
series because you made the statement that Kawhi's defense is just as valuable as Jokic's
we're
offense.
talking about overall throughout their careers. Yes, I
But we're
feel as
not
though the
talking about
Kawhi Leonard
this is the
career
other thing that I was
is
saying in the other.
better
We're not
than
talking
Jokic.
about careers. We are talking about what they have produced in the last 2-3 years. That's what we're
But why
talking
you have to
about.
do it to a
Why?
2-3 year
Why? Why
sample
you
Because
say
it's
size, bro?
because
2 3 years since?
I'll answer
Because
it again.
Jokic is
And
a
I'll
better
answer it the
player.
same way I've
Because if
answered it
Because he's been the
before.
better
you
player
want
the
to
Because
do
last
it as a
2
2 year
it's not a
sample size to
career
lose the argument to win the
accolade.
argument.
I'm not sitting here saying it's a career accolade.
Okay, why can we do a 4 year sample size when they
Because
both
the
went?
things that because I'll answer it again. Because the things that have changed from 2019 to now are way more significant than the things that have changed from 2021 or the last 2 years.
Okay, and what about the
That's
thing?
why.
But you're
Okay, cool.
using a man.
And what about the
Did he
hold
even
on, hold
play
on. What
last
about
year?
this? What about the things that changed for Kawhi in the standpoint from him missing a whole year and also being hurt in the playoffs, right? Do you put that into a
And
factor and
you know what
contribute to
you're right.
2 year sample size?
I would have no problem with looking into injuries, which is why I don't use playoff success.
So
But then
why
I
you
would have
use
to
a
ask
2 year
you,
sample size? Go ahead.
wait. I would then have to ask you, since you're that concerned about injuries, why do you not care the fact that Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. have been injured for the past 2 years?
You move it. That's a different
What does that have
argument.
to do
I
with
mean,
it?
what do we?
That's
Because
not a different
That's a
argument.
different.
because players who are injured on Jokic's team will be a determining factor on how far he gets in the playoffs.
Oh, and that could be the same thing when you contributing to about Kawhi Leonard. If you look
I
at
No,
the years,
agree.
but
if
it
you look,
hasn't though. But
if
it's
hold
not.
on,
We're
if
not
you look at the
alone.
years where they went to the playoffs,
I
and
agree
you
with
contribute
what
to the
you're
factor that
saying.
Nick Batum missed games, and also Luke Kennard missed games, and
I
Serge
get that,
Ibaka
but
missed more games. This
you were
shit can make
focusing
two of the
on
same
Oh, are
argument as
we
injuries.
really
Kawhi
talking
Leonard.
about Luke
This
Kennard,
nigga said
bro?
Luke
Are you
Kennard.
I don't know.
serious?
Yeah, you brought up Luka Kennard, and we're talking about the second and third best player on the Nuggets. But
Well,
I
Kawhi
understand.
Leonard, hold on. Kawhi Leonard missed PG, his second best player in that what 19, what it was 20 to 21
What?
season 2 as well.
What?
What are we talking about?
What did you say?
Say that one more time.
Kawhi Leonard missed PG 2 games. PG was out with an injury, and he had COVID,
That's the
and
entire
he was
series,
missing.
man. Don't do that.
We're
Stop
We're
talking
not
about the
saying to our
entire
entire series. I'm
series, bro.
talking
You
about
know what we're
games.
talking about, bro. You
Y'all
know what we're
picking
talking
games.
about.
Bro,
Nick picking
at
games,
this
bro.
point, you're really trying to make excuses for Kawhi, bro. Like,
Yeah,
know
he's
when
just
I
I'm
got
not
mention
making no
Jamal
excuses,
Murray.
bro.
you're
You know
dancing
when I
I'm
around the
not
mention
even a
bush.
Jamal Murray,
Kawhi
you know
fan. I'm
I'm
not
talking
making
about he
excuses.
But
missing
you're
the
I'm just
entire
dancing
sitting
around the
here
bush.
season.
and
You're dancing
rebutting the
around.
point
You're
that
comparing.
if
You're
you
Man,
want to
just
comparing
wait
use
till
a
players
Kawhi come back.
2-year sample
besides
size,
PG. You're
then
comparing players
you have to
besides
put that
PG
shit
that
all into
are like.
context because I want to use a 4-year sample size
But
because
you.
that's a bigger enough amount of sample size when we compare the two playoff success in
What
the
4 years are you
playoffs.
referring to? What 4 years are you referring to then?
He's talking about 2019.
2019 into
He's
now.
Until
trying to
now?
bring
When
Toronto
Jokic,
in
hold
here.
on, when Jokic
He's
got
trying
put
to
out
bring
by
the
the
Raptors
Portland
in here.
Trailblazers in 2019, compare their numbers to 2019 until now.
So
Didn't Bro
again,
Kawhi's
get like
numbers are
60,000
better
shit in the playoffs
on
like
both
just a couple
even
ends.
weeks ago?
What are we
even if I
doing?
were to do that, even if I were to do that, Jokic in the playoffs, 26, 12, 6, shooting 52, 40, 84.
And where they
Those are
got
his
him?
numbers.
And where they got him?
Okay, but this is
What?
what I'm saying.
What?
It's
But
not a,
did
it's not
Can
Kawhi
you
it's
read
not
get
a
your
Kawhi's
wait?
numbers, please?
it's not a number argument for you then. So stop telling us
Sir,
to
can you
compare
read
numbers
Kawhi's
then.
number, please?
Please, yeah, bring up
Bro,
Kawhi.
Kawhi's numbers is similar. We brought it up in the last
We've
space.
already
It's
established they
similar.
both put up great numbers.
Oh my God.
It's
Okay, then
similar. It's
why
not
did
Y'all
that
didn't read
far
his
bring
off.
up
numbers,
his
bro.
numbers?
They're
Then
all
bring up
I
like
didn't
Kawhi
hear
about
numbers.
y'all
Then
read
we
his
can
0.5.
numbers.
argue
I'm
the
about to get
playoffs.
to them. I'm about to get to them. I'm about to get to the numbers.
Even in true shooting percentage, bro, it was by 0.5.
I'm
It's
about to say
not that big of a deal.
I went through this
Like
in the
your
other
point is
room,
null
but
and void.
Kawhi is 30. I'll round up for 30 to Kawhi for
Woo!
26 points to Jokic.
Damn.
11 and a
47.
half rebounds for Jokic to 8 to 9 rebounds for Kawhi.
Mm.
4.5
And 5
assists to
instances.
Kawhi to 6 assists to Jokic.
Mm.
The
But
the
he a better
blocks are
playmaker.
somehow the same. The turnovers are basically the same as well.
What are we talking about?
Efficiency,
The shooting,
please.
I'm about to get shooting splits. The field goal percentage favors Jokic. The 3-point percentage favors Jokic. The free throw percentage favors Kawhi. And then when we go to just true shooting percentage, it is a difference. I want to say it was a difference in like 1.5%. So we
To who?
both acknowledge,
who?
we already
To who?
acknowledge.
No, to who?
For Kawhi.
Okay. All right,
Okay,
thank you.
But I said this in the other round. I don't know why we're doing it again. We already acknowledged
You
though
brought
that
it up. What you mean? What you mean?
no, because
You said
he sat there and
Jokic's
said
numbers.
that he implied as if like his numbers in 2019 weren't that good. So he sat there and said, bring up the numbers. So I brought the
okay, but
numbers up.
Kawhi's numbers are better, and his
No, they're in
overall
the
Yeah,
But
same
it's not
his
though.
ballpark.
overall
But it's
numbers.
not.
Hold on,
look at
It's
his
not
overall
even. It's
numbers
not.
going into the playoffs is translating into winning championships and finals
But
MVP.
okay,
That
so
was
but
one
then okay,
time.
but
Hey,
this is
So
Jokic,
how is Jokic
Jokic's
better?
numbers translated
because
into
again
winning, bro.
once more, bro, we keep going in circles because you're acting dumb right now. This
No,
is the
you
reason
acting
why
dumb.
I
You
just
getting
sat
cooked right
He
now,
said,
man.
bro.
because I sat there and said this is the reason why you would look into who's hurt and who's injured. You just
Oh
blanketly
my god.
saying that a team is healthy versus the other team who isn't healthy, and then you're just
Okay.
saying, oh well, he doesn't win because he's just not good enough. His
Okay.
numbers
Can I?
don't
Okay.
translate to
Okay. So
wins.
are we gonna act like that Kawhi Leonard didn't have healthy players on his team when he was when he
But
went through a run
no one gives
to
a
a
fuck
championship?
about Luke Kennard.
Are we? Hold on. Hold on.
Say that. Wait, say it again. Say it again. Say what you just said again.
Are we going to act like that key contributing factors to the team, the players that was missing to Kawhi Leonard's run to championships or in the playoff runs? Are we going
So
to ignore that?
in 2019, let me get this straight. Are you saying that injuries did not impact the result of that playoff run?
That
Injuries.
boy quiet.
For Kawhi?
Kevin Durant,
Yes,
Klay
Kevin Durant
Thompson.
and
Oh
Klay
Draymond
my
No,
Green,
that's
God,
in
Raptors.
the finals. That's in the finals, bro.
Yes, okay, so then that's the point I'm proving.
that's
So
the
Okay, but
championship.
what about hold on? But y'all gotta understand the fact that
Yo, my
Kawhi Leonard
man's, my
was
man's,
missing.
my man's. You cannot
Kawhi was
make an
hold on, bro.
argument
I'm not
for
done yet,
Kawhi
bro.
Leonard for injuries
Bro,
and then turn
Kawhi
around
Leonard.
and
Hold
sit
on,
there and
everybody,
ignore
check this out.
Golden State's injuries.
Kawhi
That's
Leonard was
blasphemy.
everybody.
So Lowe's,
Kawhi
you
Leonard was
saying that,
missing
or you trying to
players
say
in the
that
playoffs
Kawhi did
2
not
years
get
ago.
No,
delayed
wait,
due to not
Mookie,
be
Mookie,
what he
Mookie.
said
Hold
now?
on, hold
Is
on,
that
hold
what
on,
you're
hold
trying
on,
to say?
hold on. Wait a minute. This is what I'm trying to understand about this. Kawhi Leonard did not have the issues of having injured key players to his rotation in the 2019
Yeah,
playoffs.
yes he did.
And
Yes he
been
did.
no, no,
And
no,
OG
no, not
Anunoby, bro. Did
no,
OG
not to the
Anunoby play in
same,
that series?
not to the same degree
They
as
won
Chris
without
OG
Paul and the
him.
Anunoby
Warriors,
did not
bro.
play.
I
What
don't
the
want to
fuck
hear
is y'all
that, bro.
talking
I
They
about,
don't
bro?
won
want to hear
without
that.
him. He was
I
not
don't want to
in.
hear that.
Bro. OG
When
Anunoby.
they
And
played
this is
against the
this
Warriors,
OG
when
wasn't
they
even the
played
same
against
player
those
he
Golden,
was
when
OG
they played
Anunoby
against
did
the
not play in
Golden
that
State
series,
Warriors.
bro.
So
At
Pascal
all.
Siakam was there. Fred VanVleet was there. Was that
Where
not?
bro.
was
OG
hold
wasn't
on.
even
Are
OG
y'all
Was
back
there?
forgetting?
No,
then,
no,
Hold
no,
on,
no,
bro.
no.
everybody. This is why
So,
y'all don't
by
know
your
basketball.
point, so no,
OG
hold up.
Anunoby in that OG Anunoby against the I believe against the what was it Celtics
They went to
putting
the
up game
finals
winners,
without him.
was
I've
putting
never
up
heard you say the
productive
word
numbers in
OG
the
Anunobi in
playoffs.
my life.
But y'all gonna sit there and tell me he was not a key rotational guy for the Toronto
So, so,
Raptors that
so,
year.
if you want to go by
OG
your
wasn't
Stop it.
standards, if
OG
you
back
hold on,
then.
get
Stop
there, hold
it.
on.
He
If
didn't
you
play
want to
a
go
single
by
game
your
in the
standards,
playoffs, bro.
if you want to go by your standards, Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson wasn't there. We can go by your
Klay
standards, and your
Thompson
standards is
played.
bullshit and null
Klay
and
And
void.
Thompson
got hurt in
You are
game
played.
talking
six.
out your
What is
ass
wrong
And
with
right
got
now,
hurt
you?
in
bro.
game
OG
six. And
Anunoby
got
did
hurt
not
in game
play,
six.
nigga.
So Mookie, I just want to make sure you're clear so we can get this established to the 300 plus people in here. You are comparing the impact of OG Anunoby missing the playoffs to Kevin Durant missing
No,
practically the entire series.
not at all.
And,
All,
and Klay
Okay,
Thompson
okay.
missing
all
like
I'm
a game.
saying is this: is that the
So
detrimental to.
Mookie.
Go ahead.
This is the reason why I just don't like having conversations with plenty of people on Twitter because y'all are acting dumb when we all know when somebody says the impact to Kevin Durant missing is something that is on par with nothing else that occurred with Kawhi Leonard stretch. It's not close. You bring up
Okay.
OG Anunoby further proves the point that we're
Oh,
making.
bro, you're not
And,
hearing what I'm
they
saying.
made it to the
When you sit
finals
there,
without him.
hold
So
on, bro,
what are we
That's not
saying?
the point. Hold on, bro.
They
That's
made
not
it
the point.
without him.
Hold on, but that's not the point I'm saying. My
But
point is
that
saying
is
is
the
that hold on.
point. What the fuck? Oh my
Well, my
fucking
point
god.
is saying is that if you make the argument saying that these other guys, like in the Warriors, missing key contributing player, and we understand that Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson's impact is more valuable than Obi. I can still make the argument that Kawhi was still missing a guy in his key
No, but wait,
rotation to
Mookie,
the
But
guys
we're
in the
not.
playoffs.
But
But
it's
you
But
cannot
obviously
Mookie,
not the
compare
same
wait,
But there was
degree.
Anunoby.
key contributing guys to the
but
team, bro.
Mookie, I'm not here to argue if Kawhi's team was 100% healthy. I'm not arguing that. I
Okay.
am arguing something that you already know, but you're acting fucking dumb. You know
Nah,
for a
not
fact
even though.
that the impact that Kevin Durant has on a team and Klay Thompson has on a team is way more, insurmountably
Okay.
more than it is in OG and Anunoby.
Okay.
You know that.
I damn sure
Listen.
hope
You
you
saying some
acting.
shit.
I
Ain't
You
no
hope
way,
you
bro,
recycling
still
some
bringing up
shit
OG
that
acting.
we all know.
Anunoby,
Hold on.
bro.
Hold on. You recycling something that we already know, right? We
So why are you
understand that Kevin
debating it
Durant
with
didn't
And
play
so
me?
why
yet.
you bringing OG up?
Yeah, why
No,
the
no,
fuck
no.
you
Bro,
bringing up
I'm
OG
injuries
bringing
for
up
OG was
Kawhi
a
OG
Leonard then,
sophomore.
bro?
because
OG was a sophomore when
that
the
OG
playoffs.
Yo,
that
Exactly.
Mookie,
he had a
That's what I'm saying.
contracted
OG
player
wasn't even
and that
OG,
team,
Mustard.
nigga.
I'm saying he wasn't even that level of player yet,
he
bro.
yo,
wasn't.
Yeah,
Mookie, this
you
is
don't watch the
by
game. Stop it,
your
bro.
standards.
He
This
That
is
wasn't.
claim
by
that
your
claim
He
alone
standards.
don't.
was. What you mean we
Man,
don't
stop
watch
it,
the
man.
Bro,
games?
Danny
He was
Green,
hell
Danny
of a
Green was more
player.
important to them in
OG
the playoffs
Anunoby
than
was a
OG
key
would have been,
contributing
bro.
wing to that player. He would have helped out against teams like the 76ers
Nobody's
and the
saying he
Oh
wouldn't
my
Nobody,
have
God,
helped.
man,
a
no,
key
stop
man,
it, bro.
contributing wing.
Nobody's saying he
stop.
wouldn't have helped, but
Nobody's
This
not
is
saying
crazy,
that you're
bro.
he not a
taking.
game changer the way you
You're,
making him
that's what I'm
seem,
saying.
bro.
Nobody
We're
said,
making
bro.
a statement
Nobody
and
said
you're
he was a
running with
fucking
it.
game
Nobody did
winner.
not
Mookie,
say
So why you
OG
bringing him up?
Stupid,
Why
Anunoby
they
bro.
was
still
a
Y'all
contributing
won?
is some
factor.
stupid ass
Mookie,
But
niggas,
you
get one
bringing
bro.
him
mic?
up, but they
Can we
still
get
won
one
without
mic?
him, bro.
Can we get
Mookie.
one
So
mic?
is
Because
is
Kawhi
That's
is
what
that
I'm
great.
saying.
Anunoby,
And this nigga's just
Mookie,
ignoring that, bro. This nigga's
Mookie,
trying to
is
dance
OG
around the bush for Kawhi
Anunoby
Leonard, bro.
I don't
leading
Shut
even
the
know
up.
why you
Nigga,
bringing
way?
up
stop playing
OG.
with me.
Who brings that up? What does that even been
Like you
Bro,
I
this is
trying to
think
why.
you
Hold
need to
on.
compare
bring up
You
the
gotta
OG's
fact that
understand.
impact to
that
Kevin
OG
Kawhi
Durant's
Leonard had
Ananobi.
3 that
impact,
was
bro. What are we
OG
that
doing?
team
OG
without Kawhi.
Hold on. OG Ananobi is a key contributing player for the Raptors in the near
He
future.
was
If
in
you
his
look at what his
sophomore
overall production,
That man
season.
But
said
what
it.
does
That's
that
a
mean
season,
right
though.
now?
if
What
he
does
would
that
have
That's
been a
his
mean
game
to?
second
winner,
year in the
that would have helped out
league.
against the Raptors, bro.
What?
What does
OG
that
Hold on.
mean
was not
though?
the
Wait,
play he
no.
is now.
Hey, hold on,
Wait, I
Pedro.
need clarification. What does that have to do with Kawhi Leonard's legacy? Because that's what we're talking about. What does that have to do with the last 3 years of Kawhi Leonard's legacy?
Not a damn thing.
Hold on,
Bro,
hold
we
on. Hey,
switching the, hold on,
hey,
hold on. We
everybody,
switching the
everybody, real
hold
quick.
on, hold on. We switching the argument now.
Everybody, real
About
quick. I got
Kawhi
a
Leonard's
question for
legacy the
Mookie.
last 3 years. I mean,
I got a
listen, he blew a
question for
3-1
Mookie.
lead.
No,
He
we
got
talking
hurt.
about
I
top
mean,
five
and he missed the
NBA,
whole
bro.
entire season. I mean, put it to context, bro.
Hey,
Now,
Mookie,
Context
hey,
of
Mookie,
what?
I
They
got a
still
question. I got a
won.
not a
question
lot
for
of
you, Mookie.
context is
I ain't
being
gonna lie,
thrown out
Mookie.
there.
I don't think you know how to debate because
He
He
you
talk.
doesn't.
Mookie, I
He
got a question
doesn't.
for you. I got a question
you
He
for
want to
you.
doesn't.
make
He
these
doesn't. Hey, hold up.
arguments that
Someone got a
wait,
question. Somebody got a question for
Hold
him.
on, I got a question. I got a question for Mookie. So Mookie, what series was it that OG didn't play in? Was it the Warrior series?
It was all serious.
It
He
was
didn't play the whole
he didn't play the
playoffs.
entire playoffs.
The whole series. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so let's just for fun, let's do this. So if you bring OG back right, healthy to that Toronto series against the Warriors, right, and you bring back Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson for the Warriors, who wins that series, Mookie?
Well, obviously the Warriors would be the favorites, but to ask you this,
No,
in
no,
my
no.
No,
Not who the favorites.
who
Who would
who
win this
would
Nah,
series?
nigga,
win?
answer the
Nigga,
I
beating
think,
question.
I
around
If
the
think,
you can't
in
bush.
admit
my
who wins
opinion,
this series,
I think,
Nah, please, Mookie, answer the question. Stop fucking tap dancing, nigga. If everybody was healthy, including OG Anunoby, including that nigga, who would win?
in my opinion, the Raptors.
oh my God, hey,
Get this
drop
nigga
him,
out the
bro,
space.
yo,
drop him.
Get
gulag
this
this
nigga
nigga,
out the
bro.
space.
yeah,
Gulag this
bro,
You're not
nigga,
kick
bro.
him,
waiting
kick
3
him, kick
hours.
him,
All
kick
I
him, kick
gotta
him.
Get
do is
out of
ask
here.
y'all
Get
something.
out of here,
Just
Y'all
kick
bro.
him,
gotta
bro.
still have
Yo,
to
yo,
answer.
Y'all,
Hold on, hold on,
Everybody,
y'all
hold
hold on,
on.
name
hold
your
on.
We've been waiting
points.
3
All I
hours.
gotta
You
ask
guys
That's
y'all
already
this.
horrendous
proved
Hold on, hold
take.
on.
Mookie
That's a
wrong,
smelly
Hold on,
take.
and
everybody,
this nigga
everybody,
still
Hey,
wants to
everybody.
say
Take
that
it
smelly
act
out.
fucking
dumb, bro.
Can
He's
I,
take,
can I,
acting
bro.
can I,
dumb, bro. Just
yo,
Hey,
act
can
that's
I
a
like
stand
one.
on
smelly
my
yo,
fucking
answer,
Mookie,
take.
bro.
bro?
Give
Just
this
say you
nigga
like
mic, bro.
quiet
Can
He's
I
just
niggas.
stand
acting
on my
dumb.
OG
answer, bro?
That
Or
and
nigga,
y'all
that
gonna
nigga
Anobi
take
is
that?
the
smell.
He's
difference.
just acting dumb. Take
Kevin
that nigga's
Durant
mic,
and
Can I
bro.
Klay
stand on my
Thompson.
answer, or y'all
OG
gonna sit
and
there
Anobi
and act like
alone
an
makes the
ultimate
Raptors
girl?
beat
Hey,
the Golden State
actually,
Warriors.
let's let him explain why. Explain why
All
you
you
think
gotta
they
do is
win.
ask yourself this. I'm saying the Raptors will have a chance to win this series because all you gotta do is ask yourself this.
All
Saying
If the
disrespect.
having a
lesser
chance
player,
is different
if the
than
That's
them
lesser
not what.
player,
No,
winning.
no,
What
Nah,
do
Mookie,
you
that's
Mookie,
not
everybody,
what you
everybody,
said. You
Mookie,
said you
Mookie.
think the
everybody,
Raptors
I
win.
want you, Mookie. I
everybody,
want you
That's
to
not even
you
what
stand
you
thought
on
it
your
would
said.
can
win?
y'all
take,
let
What do
me
you
bruh.
mean
talk,
have a
Stand
bro?
on your
chance?
take,
But
bruh.
you see
Stand
how
on.
you
If the
see
Say
how
lesser
he's
why they
player,
don't win.
modifying his
Tell them
answer
reasons.
everybody,
to
Yo,
try
yo,
and
why
get
they
a
everybody,
don't
chance
win?
to
Yo,
win.
yo,
everybody,
Mookie,
can
He's
y'all,
just
it's
hold
modifying
on,
his
bro.
answer and
Mookie,
adding
it's
all
all
these
right to
fucking
If the
things
take
to
Now,
it.
lesser player,
everybody,
L.
hold up.
hold
Nigga,
on,
I,
you know
Mookie,
you're wrong,
if
Mookie,
so
the
you have to
lesser,
sit
Mookie.
there
I
and
just,
think,
I
oh,
just,
I
Mookie, you
didn't
don't
have
Mookie.
a
I
have to
just
chance.
be
want
Nigga,
you
you
right.
to,
said that you thought they'd win. What do you
Mookie.
mean
I
they
just
have a
want you.
chance
I ain't
now?
gonna lie.
Mookie,
Real
Mookie. I
talk.
just want you
Have
to
to be
stand on
right.
your
Just
take,
take it
bruh.
Real
out,
talk.
everybody,
bro. Just
Reeled
take
his
it
ass
out. You
in
don't
right
have to
there.
be
That shit
everybody,
right.
crazy as
everybody,
hell.
time out.
You have to be right. Take it
If
out,
the
bro.
lesser player, if the lesser player in the previous years and James Harden took that team to 7 games, you telling me that a team that's a way better defensive
LeBron didn't
Fuck
beat
team,
this
him, bro.
James.
That was such a nasty little pivot that you just did. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you, dog. That was ugly. So let's discount the fact that it would have been instead of just Kevin Durant, it would have been Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, and a fully healthy Boogie Cousins. So let's add that context in there. That's who you would have been playing against if they were fully healthy. So I want you to tell me again that you think that Raptors team would have beat them. Go ahead.
bro. Hear what I'm saying. You got to also put into the context that the Raptors are healthy. We're talking about a fully healthy Kawhi without no bum ass knees.
Oh my
We're talking
fucking
about
god,
the
bro.
Kawhi,
I
Yo,
cannot
stop
Kawhi
tap
believe
Bro,
you
Leonard,
dancing.
said
please
This
that.
is
remove
a
this
dumb
nigga,
take.
bro.
Answer no
Hold
questions.
up,
Just
hold
Please
up,
say
hold
it.
up.
remove
Let me
this
say this.
nigga, bro.
Gonna lie, bro. Don't take my
Oh my,
bias and
yo,
put this.
everybody,
I've
y'all,
Yo,
yo,
never
yo,
heard
yo,
no
yo,
everybody,
yo.
shit
gulag.
like
If y'all
this.
ever
everybody,
watch Dragon
I've
Ball
never
Super, this
heard no
nigga's got ultimate
delusion like
instinct because
this.
he's
I've never
dodging
heard it.
these questions
mute
like
shut the
just
Everybody
fuck
like
talking
up
over
and
each
that.
stop
other.
being
Yo,
Oh
emotional.
Everybody,
I
hold
my
up.
just want to let
Everybody
you
on
know
god.
mute.
your
Stop being
content, bro.
I
emotional
have
You have
anytime
never
I
had
speak,
seen
man.
your
somebody dodge
content.
shit
Stop
like
Let's
being
that,
wipe it
bro.
off
Oh
the
no,
emotional
I'm
slate.
anytime I
clipping this
pan you,
shit
bro.
for sure.
Shut the hell up and let me
That
talk, bro.
nigga dodging
You
everything.
No, we
you
not gonna let you
dumbass
talk
nigga.
because you
Let me
spewing
talk.
But
bullshit.
What I'm
Mookie,
saying
hold
is
up.
this.
Before you go,
No,
I
hold
Say
on.
want to
this.
say
Let
this.
What
him
I'm saying is
answer it.
this.
Let him answer.
What I'm saying is this. if a lesser player in James Harden, the Houston Rockets, took
Mhm.
that team to 7 games and they was on the brink of elimination with Kevin Durant and all the motherfuckers was healthy at the point, you telling me a better player in Kawhi?
Wait a minute. I just need clarification, Mookie. I want to ask you a follow-up question. Why was James Harden in his peak a lesser player than Kawhi Leonard?
For a swiper, night. You're feeding into his rabbit hole. I don't even see the point in
Hey,
asking
bro.
him that
Hey,
because now we're
bro.
pivoting
Yo,
away
Now we
Mookie,
from
about to
you're
what
put
you
turning
James
asked him
at
Harden and
this.
originally.
Kawhi
Yo,
Leonard
Mookie,
together.
There's
Hey,
no
hold on.
point
Let
going
him
off on
respond.
these
Let him
tangents.
respond.
I
Let him
don't. Why do you
respond.
guys fall for
Hey,
this
bro.
nigga's bait?
Hey, bro.
Don't even
Bro.
answer him that.
We about
Let
to
him
do the James
respond. Let
Harden
him
and
respond.
Kawhi
Let him
Leonard debate.
respond.
What I'm saying is this: is that you telling me a better team in Toronto Raptors was a better defensive team who had one of the best all time. Like you look at terms of all time ranking defense, in terms of analytics and where they stacked up, they were stacked up among the best playoff defensive teams in the league. You telling me with a player like Kawhi Leonard who never had troubles against the Golden State Warriors, alongside with a good Robin and Pascal Siakam with an
Kawhi
Ananobi
Leonard.
off the
Kawhi
wings. You
Leonard
telling me
I
that
ain't
that
gonna
would
lie,
that,
bro.
that would have been
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
You telling me that wouldn't have been
And,
enough?
and
This
back
shit
to
is
Lowe's
crazy.
point.
Okay,
And,
hold
and
up.
back to
Let
and
me
back to Lowe's
respond,
point. And
please.
back to
I ain't
Lowe's
gonna
point.
lie. That nigga
Stop
sound
it,
like
bro.
I got
Birdman when he
another
talk.
Hold
You
on,
don't.
hold
You
on.
don't even sound
Stop that
confident when he
I
bullshit,
say
got
that.
Yo,
bro.
another
hold on,
question.
hold on.
Hold
Yo,
up. Let
The
me
hold on.
This
respond
shit
verbiage.
is
real
so
quick
Shut up,
smelly,
bro.
because
bro.
Don't
Mookie, here's
embarrass
the
me,
thing.
bro.
Here's the problem with
Wait,
your
hold on,
argument,
Master.
bro.
Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Yo, then it's back to Lowe's point. They were good defensively without Kawhi. Even better.
No, they
So
was not.
Okay, hold
No,
up.
they
Let me
was
defensively,
not.
respond.
Now
I
it
you
have a
lying.
don't
Hold up,
question.
Now
Mookie.
you
matter.
Hold up,
lying.
I
Mookie.
have
Let me
another
say
Now you
question.
something.
lying,
Let
bro.
me say
Stop.
something, Mookie.
You
For
ain't saying
one,
nothing real.
you can't compare that Rockets team because not only do I believe James Harden peaked higher than Kawhi, but
No,
Chris
he was.
Paul is. Even if you think Kawhi is better, fine. They're very comparable. You have Chris Paul right there. Like Chris Paul is also there, and he's a better player than Kyle Lowry. And on
Okay.
top of that, they also have a presence down low that can actually get rebounds, unlike
Oh,
Marcus.
and
And
the
then on
Raptors
and
do
then
as well. But
and
go ahead.
no, the Raptors were actually one of the worst rebounding teams to win a championship.
Yeah, but they
That's
had a stretch. Hold on, they had a floor
yeah,
stretch with
they
Why
had
we
Marcus
they had
Morris,
floor
entertaining this
who
spacing.
was
shit,
a
bro?
They
who was
had
a
floor
great rim
spacing. Yes,
protector,
I know,
and he
but
was putting the clamps on
the
one
Rockets
of the most
also
dominant
but
players
the
in the league as
Rockets
well in
okay,
defense.
and the
Stop
Rockets
it, bro.
had
Learn
okay, even
basketball,
if
bro. I'm too
you
quick, bro.
say they had floor spacing, bro, the Rockets still had better playmaking in James Harden and Chris Paul. And
Hey,
that
hold
How can
on,
big
hold
somebody
on.
be this
Hey,
and
stubborn?
then
I've
Hold on,
never met somebody
Mookie,
this
I got
stubborn
one more
in
on
The
my
question.
top of that,
Raptors
entire
bro,
life.
don't put
Mookie,
enough
all the things
playmaking.
you're saying about the Raptors,
The
I
Raptors,
understand.
the
The
Raptors
Raptors are a great
playmaking.
team. I literally just dropped a video about them niggas today. They're a great team. I get it. But unfortunately, bro, the Golden
Bro,
State Warriors, everything you say about them applies to the Warriors tenfold. They're an
okay,
amazing defensive team. If they're
okay.
not as good as the
And
Raptors,
the
fine.
Raptors were
They're
our
still
best
amazing.
defensive team.
Even if he's okay, fine. And the Warriors are still an all-time defense with an all-time defender in
And the
Draymond.
Raptors
They have
was an
Iguodala.
all-time defense and
Oh,
one of the
bro,
most
I don't.
Hey,
Bro,
productive
hey,
just
offensive
hold on.
just
teams.
I got a
ignorance, bro. Like,
question.
look,
Hold,
the
I don't
nigga's
think you're
wrong. He
hearing what
just
I'm
want to
All right,
admit
saying.
let's
he's
not
wrong,
talk
bro.
about the
Come on,
all-time
stop
Bro,
offense
lying,
bro,
the
bro.
Warriors
you
Bro,
was.
tried to
y'all
make an
gotta pipe
argument for
down
the
with that.
Okay.
Raptors
That
beating
shit
the
is
fully healthy
basketball.
Warriors. You might as
Okay,
well just end the
Mookie,
argument, bro.
I'm
Yo,
not.
End the
I'm not
argument, bro. The
arguing
this
nigga
with
don't
shit
you.
want
is
to
so
succeed, bro.
fucking stupid.
Mookie,
You
are they?
just said
Just
First
wave the
step.
OG
white flag, nigga.
Anunoby
The
is
nigga just wants to
improving
be
in
Bro,
the
ignorant. He's an
OG
ignorant
fully healthy
Kawhi
Anunoby is
fan. He
Warriors
doesn't want to
team.
tired.
listen.
If
Fuck
they
it.
had a
Nigga coming off the
sophomore
rib
season,
and a
OG
minute and a
Anunoby,
regular
that's
season.
what
OG's
Come
leads
on,
them to
bro.
impact
beat
to
the
carry
Warriors.
the
This is
Bro, I
Raptors
fucking
love me
stupid,
some
bro.
Kawhi
Like,
Leonard.
come
He's an
on.
ignorant Kawhi fan, bro.
This is
What
But
you're
ridiculous.
what I'm not
saying,
No,
getting
but don't
is
what
preface it by
you're
saying, well,
saying,
Kawhi didn't turn around and stab him in the
why
back.
are you focusing so much on the defensive ability of the Raptors and ignoring the
Bro,
offensive
just bring this
depth?
I'm
fascist nigga up
focusing
here.
Because
on.
he's trying to make
Hold on,
whatever
everybody.
argument
I'm
he
focused
can to
on.
make
That
it
was
seem like
Wait,
weak.
the
I don't even
Raptors
Everybody,
know
could
I'm
win.
focused on the
what
defensive
is
side
the
of
Oh,
point of this
basketball.
swipe.
What
argument
makes
Come
them
anyway?
on.
great
I
is
know
What
that
are
defense.
you
was your
trying to
swipe.
I'm
prove
focused
here?
on the offense ability, the floor
What are
stretch
you trying to
spacing,
prove here though
and
with
they
this
can shoot the
debate?
free
I
throw.
don't even get what's
Like, bro.
happening. What are you
Kawhi's
proving
top
here?
five.
What are you trying to prove?
he's trying
That
to
What I'm
nigga's
he's trying to
smoking
argue
that
that
copium,
what
Kawhi
bro.
I'm
He
He's
saying
trying to
is
coping.
this:
prove.
is
He
that
coping.
hold on.
Wait.
My point
He's
is
trying to
that
prove Kawhi Leonard is top five by saying, well, if he had OG,
nah,
he would have beat
Kawhi.
the
If you
Warriors
What
know
the hell?
basketball, you
if he
know
had
Kawhi
OG
is a
Anunoby.
top five player.
Nigga, that is
If
that
you
don't
know
make no sense.
basketball, you know Kawhi is a
That's
top
not
five
that's not what
player
he's
in the
saying.
NBA, bro.
What we
Y'all
essentially
are
what I was
Twitter
saying is
niggas. Y'all
that
come from Twitter. Y'all get y'all knowledge from Twitter, bro.
You're on Twitter right
Y'all from Twitter,
now.
bro.
and you're saying dumb
Stop it,
shit.
bro.
You're
Y'all on
Yeah,
saying
you
Twitter,
dumb
can be
shit.
on Twitter, but don't
bro.
mean you
Y'all
absorbing
been
the
on
What does
Twitter.
nonsense
us
they're
being
Y'all
talking
Twitter
been on
about.
niggas
Twitter
have to
for
do with it?
I just want to be clear, Mookie, that you were up here with literally all fellow content creators. So I just want to put that out there that every single one of these people actually does deep dives and investigations for their content for their platform. So just so you're aware.
also let me be clear as well. The reason we got to this whole beating the which call it is because every single time we come to the conclusion of that Jokic is putting up numbers that are on par with Kawhi even in the
He's not.
postseason. He then concludes that it's not translating into wins. And so then my
Okay,
rebuttal.
Yo, bro, just say you're biased about
so
Kawhi,
stat.
bro. Just say you're
So
biased.
But
legend.
didn't
So
he
legend.
literally beat the
So
That's
nigga?
hold on,
why I
He
said
everybody,
his
literally got
everybody,
argument
check
is
this
assisted.
out.
pointless,
Yes,
bro.
he did. Mustard. He did did beat him. I didn't meet nobody, but yeah, he did. He did.
Well,
He
I
did.
did.
Bro, I'm not. Listen. Y'all niggas think I'm a Kawhi fan, bro. I love the game of basketball. You hear me?
No,
And the
no,
thing
no,
is, hold on.
no,
And the
you
thing
You
is,
are a
are.
hold on.
Kawhi fan
You
And
more
the
than
hater,
a
thing,
bro.
and the
Kawhi
thing,
He's
I
fan.
and the
You
can't
thing
happy
is,
lie,
on
hold
bro.
on,
it. I love a
and the
fan
thing
Bro, you're
Kawhi
is,
on
fan.
Kawhi's meat
Now
more
you
than
hold
his
on.
wife
And
bouncing
the
is,
thing
from
bro.
a
is,
Let's be
Kawhi
honest,
dick.
bro.
everybody.
You've
And the
been
thing
You
bouncing
want
from a
to
is,
give me
Kawhi
more
dick.
than his
if we're
wife.
gonna
You a
look at
second wife.
stats,
Hey,
everybody,
aren't you the
Your
everybody,
wife
same
hot
nigga
everybody,
that
too.
was
Respect
shitting
don't
on
everybody.
me
believe
for
that
Kawhi
If
OG
we're
and
getting
the
gonna
no
look
OG.
at
no
stats
for a
as
minute?
the
Respect don't
end
believe
all,
that shit. So tell me,
everybody.
watch.
If we're gonna look at stats as the end all and be all, right? Then James Harden
We
was
have tape
literally
too, by the way.
was literally from what was it, 2017
He
and to
throwing bait. He throwing
2019
bait out there.
was
He
the
throwing
best
bait.
player in the world because his
Don't
stats
nobody
were
bite.
Listen,
Please,
right.
nobody be a
Don't bite
Magic
that
card.
shit.
Nobody be a
Why
Magic
are we
card. Don't bite
listening
that.
to
Don't
this
bite that.
guy? Why are
No,
we
No, he
listening
just
to this
said
guy?
that. No, he
look
just
at
said
That's
that.
not even
That's bait.
true.
That's bait. That's
Statistically,
bait.
that's
Don't
not
bite
even
that shit. That's
true.
bait. That's bait. That's bait.
That's
But
Say,
What
statistically,
you
say,
that's
mean?
focus,
No,
focus,
bro.
also
focus,
not
This
focus,
true,
man, all
bro.
right.
focus.
Yo, he
That's
tried to
but
bait.
use stats as his argument, and then
Bro,
when the
even
stats
even
didn't work, he
even
tried to say
stats.
now
How
stats are
about
the
even
end all
even
be
the
all.
stats?
That
Even the
nigga don't
stats
have
don't
an
prove you
argument, bro.
right.
this
End
is
this shit, bro.
Even the
Brian,
stats
Brian,
don't prove you right because
Brian,
even when
call it
Harden,
how it is.
even when
You wanna
Harden was
if you want
peaking,
to
Giannis
debate
was
like
better
a
than him.
man, stop
LeBron was
crying,
better than
stop getting
him.
your
There
feelings,
were
bro.
plenty of players better than him, bro. When
Hey,
he was
hold on.
peaking.
Wait a minute.
You
Wait a
said
minute.
plenty of
Wait a
players
minute.
I'm
better
not
than
gonna lie,
Kawhi. Hey,
Lo.
yeah,
Hold
stop
on.
it, bro. You don't know
I
basketball.
might be tweaking low, but how the fuck are we in this space and we just letting this nigga slide with if the Raptors had OG Anunoby and the
I
Raptors are
know,
fully
bro.
healthy, they
I
would have
don't
beat the
know,
Nah,
Warriors.
You,
real
The
you,
Warriors
you
would
want to
have
know
beat
why?
the
bro.
Hold
Warriors.
on.
The
I
How
can
we
thing
answer that.
letting
I
is,
can
that
answer that. I can
slide?
answer that.
in
Because
that
you was
Bro,
one of
bro,
the
series,
bro,
niggas saying that
bro.
niggas were
Hold
fascists.
on,
How
hold
the
on.
fuck
And
are
now
we
we trying to
letting
give
that
him
shit
all the
slide,
time that
Lo?
he can
Once
to
You
see it.
guys in the
Why you
freaking
guys
peanut
get y'all,
gallery.
y'all, y'all taking what
This
I'm
No,
nigga,
saying out of
this
no
nigga
way,
context.
nigga
wild.
brought up fascism for Kawhi.
I
Yo,
sat
nigga,
there
can
and
we
said,
not do a shouting match, please?
that the
Stop
Raptors
behaving like one.
would have had a chance against the Warriors
No,
if they
you
would have
said
No,
they
stayed
you
would
said
healthy,
win.
they
bro.
would have won.
No,
You
no.
didn't.
okay, all right, Mookie. Since that's what you're saying, let me ask you the question straight up. Don't fucking tell me what you think somebody had a chance for. If both teams were healthy, who would win? It's a simple question. Don't tell me about what your chances are. Don't tell me it's a fucking coin flip. Don't tell me no probability bullshit. Who would win?
It's a hypothetical. I don't know.
Bro,
I
you
really,
said Raptors. No.
I
No,
don't
you
know.
Bro,
just
this
said
nigga,
all
this
the
nigga
Raptors.
lame. This nigga lame. Get him
It's a
out of here, bro.
hypothetical. I don't
Get
know.
him out of here,
I
bro.
don't know.
No,
I
fuck
can't
that.
sit there and
We
say
about
that
to
we
Hey,
don't
get
finish
him
know
out
this
of
because
here.
it's
Get
match.
him out of here, bro.
hypothetical.
Yo, Lo,
I don't
Gulag,
know, bro.
you
I don't know,
are
bro. I'm
finished.
sorry,
Bro,
bro.
get him out of here. Get him
Lo,
out of here, bro.
you're
Pack
And,
him up, bro.
finished.
Pack him up.
We
Put him
have
in the
the
Okay,
I
all
don't
right,
recording.
know,
all
suitcase.
right,
bro.
all right.
We
I
Mookie,
don't
literally
know.
have the recording.
Hold on, wait. I'll do you better. Fine.
I love how he said that he's not a Kawhi Leonard fan. He's a basketball fan. He spent 6 hours of his day defending Kawhi Leonard in
Which is
2022
ridiculous.
as the
But all right, Mookie, fine. You said it's a hypothetical you don't know. So then I would then have to ask you, since you don't know, since it's based off a hypothetical, hypothetically speaking, how do you know Kawhi is now better than Jokic after him missing basically a year and a half worth of basketball?
Because last time I seen him, he was competing on a better or much better higher level than Jokic.
And
And
last time we
I'm
saw a healthy
and,
Warrior squad, they won
hold
the
on.
championship.
Last time I seen a healthy Kawhi Leonard, he was dominating the playoffs. He was
Last time we
arguably
Okay,
the
last
best
time we
player
and
in
saw
the
the
Mookie,
playoffs.
But didn't they lose in
healthy
the
Putting up
same round?
historical numbers in the playoffs and dominating
Yo,
and
can I ask a question? Yo,
outplaying
can I ask a question?
Mookie,
Wait.
Mookie, I need you to use that same logic now. You big brain now. If you believe the last time you saw them play, that's the conclusion you come to. Why is it that you then wouldn't say the last time I've seen the Warriors play when they were healthy, they played at such and such level?
This
Okay, you
nigga
can
think
sit there.
Kawhi the best?
And you can sit there and make the claim
Yes,
that.
must, yes.
Hold on, and you
And
can
y'all
sit there
think
and make the
Jokic
claim that
is?
last year we seen the.
I never said that shit, nigga.
Yo, Mookie, this nigga get Mookie answer it. So if you say you draw that conclusion based off the last time he played,
Okay.
why is it that you're not willing to draw that same conclusion based off the last time we've seen the Warriors play?
And where we pertaining to, like the 2019 year, or where we pertaining to?
You can use the 2019 year. You can go to the 2018 year. You can what the last time they were fully healthy and played.
Okay. Because okay, but you gotta understand is that last time we seen the Golden State Warriors, if we pertain to the year that they played in the 2019 finals, they played one of the worst defensive team in the Cleveland Cavaliers. Even though they beat them, but they were just significantly
They
overmatched
didn't
or
face the Cavs in
favored.
2019. They faced them in
Man,
He
2018.
Hold on, hold on. In
talking about
2018,
2018. He talking
I'm
about
talking about
2018.
2018, bro. What is?
this
Y'all
nigga
know how to
got
comprehend,
Jason
bro.
Tatum over
Do
Bron.
y'all,
Yo,
do y'all
Lo,
know?
Okay, all right.
gulagging.
And
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. You guys
Mookie,
have so much patience with this dude because I would have been kicked him, bro.
This
Hey,
nigga
and
got.
you
That's
cook
right.
because
That's
you
one
get
of those
cooked, nigga.
characteristics
That's
I was
right,
talking
Yeah, you
Isaiah.
about.
I
get cooked.
found the
You
receipts.
want to kick because you get
The
cooked.
receipts.
hold on, wait.
This nigga, man, bro, I was on your
We can
side.
then also look at other series that they played in that postseason run, where they played an elite level defense and they still won against the Houston Rockets. So we can look at other
Yeah,
series.
but here's the hold on. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Right, that was the Houston Rockets. Right,
Okay.
you kind of proving my point is that they played elite level defense in the Houston Rockets, and they was down 3-2 in that series, and Chris Paul got hurt, and they eventually win that series. So they was on the brink of elimination against that series against the Toronto Raptors, who was an all-time ranked defense in playoff history. I'm just sitting there saying you had a better player than Kawhi Leonard who produced on both ends of the floor. I'm saying that the Raptors would have had a chance against the Golden
I'm
State
not
Warriors
saying a chance.
when
I don't
Bruh,
fully
care
hey,
about
can I ask
chances.
a
I don't care about
question?
Bro,
chances.
you
Fucking
literally said they
chance,
would
nigga.
win. No, no,
Answer
no,
the
no. Wait, wait,
fucking
wait, wait.
That's the
question.
question.
Wait. I need to make sure that
This
Mookie
nigga about to
understands.
be out of
It does
chances.
not matter if you're saying they have a chance now. You said
Hey,
the Raptors will
Wes.
win, and we have the recording. That shit does
Hey,
not
That's
matter.
let
also
my
correct.
boy
Hey,
Wes get in
hold
here,
on,
bro.
real quick. I got another question for Mookie because I feel like we've been, you other niggas been talking, above his head. You got to meet motherfuckers where they at. You know what I'm talking about? So okay, so your
No,
theory
we
Bro, don't
don't.
at
insult
first,
my intelligence,
your
No,
bro,
we
you
first,
don't.
bitch ass boy.
your first
Oh
theory was
shit.
Don't insult
well.
my intelligence, you nigga.
I ain't gonna lie,
You said
Mookie. You
what?
do
Fuck you
sound
talk,
dumb though. No
cause
cap.
I'm not gonna lie, Wes. You pulled up at the wrong time, bro. This shit crazy.
Hey,
Yeah, you probably
Mookie,
had
I
a
got a
good
question
time.
for you.
I ain't gonna lie.
don't
So,
insult
I
my
ain't gonna lie,
intelligence,
Mookie.
bro.
You do
They
sound
got
dumb though.
Kawhi
Cause I'm
Leonard
way
as
better
the
than
best
y'all
player
niggas,
in the
man.
league right now.
That nigga got Jayson
who?
Tatum over LeBron James. I
Bro,
just
that
can't get
list
over
is
He's
that.
so
better.
ass,
He's
That
nigga.
better.
list is fucking
He's better.
horrible.
Hey, bro, y'all
Hold
will
on.
put a
Oh,
nigga
you
like
talking about
LeBron
Mookie?
James,
You
still
talking
has
about
who's
KD
Mookie?
over
38 years
Steph. What are
old,
we
who's
doing?
out of his league. Man, stop it, bro.
Wait a minute. Low.
But
Are
by
you
that
saying
same
low?
wait, but by that
No,
same
low,
logic,
no,
last time we
low,
seen LeBron
low. Are
healthy,
you
what are we saying? It's the
low,
same
low,
logic.
low? Are you saying this list that he put out?
I see the list, but
Low,
again, by his
man,
same
low,
logic of when somebody is healthy and when somebody is not healthy, last time we've
dog,
seen LeBron completely healthy and his team completely healthy, they won a championship.
dog,
So by
dog.
literally the same logic in which you're using, it resulted in him in a championship.
Mookie
Because
has.
if you think OG Anunoby has a big impact,
Oh
Anthony
my
Davis
goodness.
not being healthy would have an even bigger impact, right?
Mookie has Kawhi in his top 10. This is on June 8th, 2022, meaning that Kawhi had not touched an NBA basketball court in a season. He has Kawhi Leonard as the best player in the NBA. The reason why he doesn't believe that Joker is better than Kawhi is because he thinks that Joker is the ninth best player in the NBA behind Joel Embiid and Jayson Tatum and right next to John Morant. No wonder we've had this elongated discussion the entire day. This is
Also,
utter
by that logic, then
hot sauce.
by that logic, Embiid hasn't gone further than Jokic in the
Oh my
playoffs.
goodness.
He's never gone further than Jokic in the playoffs.
In his career.
Like forget a bubble or not. Like he's never
We,
been in a
but
never.
we know that
Y'all
though.
like
We're
to put,
not.
hold on,
We're not.
everybody, low lied talking about LeBron wasn't last time we seen LeBron healthy when he won the championship. LeBron was healthy in that 2000, what was it, 2020 to, what was it, not, was it 2020,
It was not
2021?
21, nigga.
He was
He was
not
It
hurt
was
in
healthy
the
not
though.
playoffs.
He
21.
was not healthy.
When he had 3 months off and he went into the playoffs, activated playoff mode, activated, and he was
Kicked out
healthy in
by the
this series.
Suns.
Stop that excuse for LeBron.
You mean
He's not
when
a
But
top
Anthony?
five
he
player.
was.
You mean
He's
when
not a top
Wait,
Anthony
five
what?
Davis
player in
was
the
What are you
hurt?
world.
talking about, bro?
And
Bro,
in my list,
Whoa, one second.
He's
Are
talking
you
about
talking about
before
the
Anthony
season?
Davis.
You talking about
Before
the
Anthony
year when
Davis.
Nigga,
Anthony
he
Davis
wasn't
was hurt?
healthy.
Oh
yes,
my
he
God.
was. He was
No,
healthy
he
going into
Are
that
was.
we
series.
gonna
Stop
ignore
it,
the
bro.
fact
According
that
to
this
my
nigga
nigga,
was
this
He
nigga
was healthy
comparing
going
said
into that
OG
series, bro.
Anunoby?
when
Stop it.
What
LeBron
Okay,
series?
is
He
that's
didn't
fine.
make
Oh,
the
Wes, you missed
playoffs.
the best
and
We
of
his
it,
just
man.
heard
team
us.
is
Are we
What?
gonna
healthy.
What?
ignore the
What? What?
fact this nigga was comparing OG's
It's
impact to
like
Chris Paul's impact
I'm
on
getting
Hold
LeBron?
on.
realigned.
What?
Bro,
What?
I
What
was not
playoff?
comparing their
Playoff
impact,
mode are
bro.
you
What is
talking
LeBron
wrong
about?
with
was
y'all
LeBron,
perfect
niggas?
both
LeBron
times.
activating
What is
playoff
wrong
mode.
with
That was
y'all
the
niggas,
year
bro?
before AD, and there's no series. They didn't make the playoffs that year. If you're talking about the
This
next
is
year, he was
crazy.
coming back from a sprained
He's
ankle.
talking about the year where they had Lonzo Ball and all these
Yeah,
dudes on
Yeah,
the
that's the
team
year he
before
talking
AD.
about.
Yeah.
yeah, but he said they folded in the
I
series.
know what he
What
said. I know what
Oh
he's
series?
no, he's
saying.
clearly fucking wrong. I'm
Yeah,
just
I know
letting you
he's wrong. I
know
know
what
he's
the
wrong. I
timeline
know
Every
he's
was.
wrong.
No,
typical LeBron
I'm
hater
talking
brings
about
up
I'm talking
2019.
about the year. I'm talking about the year where Solomon Hill ran into LeBron James' ankle. I think he
He
missed
was
like
not
2 months.
healthy
Okay,
that year either.
he wasn't
He was
healthy.
not
That was
healthy. What are you talking about?
2021.
No,
And
he
wait,
wasn't. He
bro,
was not
Oh my
healthy. He
God, bro!
Yo,
he
this nigga
rushed
just
Y'all
said
back.
watch
arguing that
Paul,
he
He
bro.
healthy.
rushed
Y'all
back
Watch
full
from
of
the
this
shit,
nigga.
injury.
bro.
He rushed back from the
But
injury
you
It's
just
so
He
briefly
was
many
asked
not
him.
bad
activated.
healthy,
takes.
He
It's
rushed
bro.
back. He
Bro,
rushed back from the
it's
Kawhi,
a
injury.
collective of bad
hold on,
takes.
bro.
Now
Kawhi
this
Leonard was not
narrative.
healthy in that
Now
entire
this
run when he won a
narrative.
championship in Toronto. What are you talking
Nigga,
about?
did he sprain his ankle and then
No, he had
reactivate it?
chronic knee issues.
Bro, why are we entertaining this? Nigga, he didn't have Anthony Davis on his roster, and this is shit I'm talking about. You sat there and made a big hullabaloo about fucking OG Anunoby, and this nigga is missing Anthony Davis, and you dare even to utter anything, any fucking words, When Chris Paul went out, you said, well, hold on, we got to put an asterisk next to that one because I don't necessarily know because they were already up and then they lost Chris Paul. Nigga, they were up on the Suns and then they lost Anthony Davis. It's the same logic. You're picking and choosing what you want to use. That's dumb.
Bro. Once again, Anthony Davis played in to games 1 through 3, right? Games 1 through 4,
2-1,
and they were
and
up.
they was up 2-1, right?
Okay.
with the hobbled LeBron.
So
Yeah,
what just happened? Hold on.
He's lost.
What? Hold on. What Anthony Davis got to do with him being injured? Saying that LeBron James was not healthy going into that playoff.
There's no way.
He was not
Yo,
fucking healthy. Hold on,
There's
hold
no
on,
way
hold
you
on.
gotta answer
He
that
literally
question.
rushed back from the injury,
LeBron
bro.
James,
to
bro.
say Anthony Davis as well.
LeBron said it himself. He was not fucking healthy, bro.
Man,
He said it himself.
but
What are we saying?
LeBron James is contrarian, bro. He's a contrarian.
Nah, you right.
He's
You
gonna
right.
say
We should trust you more
He's
than
gonna
the nigga
say some
himself.
shit that makes y'all believe that shit because y'all believe everything the nigga say. LeBron James had
I don't
2
really care.
months
This guy is
on an
dumb.
ankle, and he used that shit as a built-in excuse to believe that y'all think that
LeBron
he's gonna
said
be
it
healthy.
himself.
LeBron
He
was
was
healthy or
not
not.
even 100%.
The point,
He was like
Oh
70.
my god, bro.
Nigga,
We can pause. We can pause the
Bro,
thing.
you
But
really
even if
Yo, Omo,
Jesus.
everybody.
Bro,
This
the
is-
LeBron,
he-
yeah,
look,
because y'all
look,
niggas just
bro.
allowing this nigga to just talk, he not saying
But
anything. The
he's-
LeBron
but-
healthy statement was made for this season, not 2 years ago. This
Y'all.
season, LeBron was not healthy. That
Look,
year, Anthony
bro.
Davis wasn't healthy.
All he's doing is running from the allegations, bro. He's still think about it. We were on the Kawhi Jokic topic, and he went all the way back to the Toronto Raptors to solidify his point. And now he's criticizing LeBron James for not being able to do what Kawhi did because Kawhi did it without OG and Anunoby, and LeBron didn't do it without Anthony Davis, bro. This is where far we
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing right now? You're criticizing a nigga for not doing it with Anthony Davis?
Bro,
against a team that was 2 wins away from a championship,
shit
bro.
is so nasty.
y'all want to sit there and say, bro, y'all want to sit there and say that Anthony Davis was injured is the reason why LeBron James wasn't healthy.
That's not what we're saying.
Nobody
Y'all
said
Y'all
that.
literally,
Mookie, there's
Bro,
no way.
broaden your lens. Broaden your lens, man.
You know, that
Broaden
actually
your
is kind of
lens.
true, though. That actually is kind of true, though.
No, it's not.
But that's not what we saying, though.
Hold on.
I mean, AD not being healthy is why LeBron sprained his ankle. Let's keep it real.
When Kawhi's healthy, he's top 3. When
Hold on,
Kawhi's
no.
healthy,
Low,
he is top 3.
Low muted
Yes, he
the
is.
fucking space. The space was muted.
To
He
be fair.
reset the room. Explain what was being said. He literally said LeBron was not healthy this year. Last year was AD who wasn't healthy.
he wasn't healthy this year.
Then he unmuted the space. Then he unmuted. Hold on, listen.
Oh
Then
my
he
god.
unmuted the space just for Mookie to come off his fucking mic, off his mute, and say, "Y'all are blaming AD not being healthy for LeBron." Nobody said that, dumbass.
Nobody said that shit.
Bro,
Yes,
he's trolling us. He's trolling us.
Yeah, he's trolling. He's trolling. I
Yes,
know
I
he's
did,
trolling.
He's trolling.
Bro,
He's either
Take the
trolling
mic,
or he's
dude.
stupid. He's either trolling or he's stupid.
Bro,
He's
he's not
trolling.
trolling. He put him on the list with John Morant in the top 10 and fucking Kawhi Leonard at number 1, bro.
more
He's
impact.
not
He's trolling. More
He's
impactful.
trolling.
Hey, hold on.
Bro,
This is
not
why
only
y'all
that,
gotta-
this nigga got Tatum over Jokic,
This
bro.
is why you gotta read
For
between the
real.
lines.
He got Tatum over
The little girly
Jokic.
nigga named Wes.
He got Tatum
I
over
said
LeBron.
Learn how
top
to
10
read
players
first, bro.
when
What do you
healthy,
mean
nigga.
read between
Bro,
the
your
lines?
list
Top
reads.
10
This
players
nigga has John
when
Morant behind
healthy.
He could be top 10 players when healthy.
Top
He
10
got
players
Jokic 9,
when
John
healthy.
10.
All
wouldn't
right,
make sense, nigga.
Mookie.
He got
Why
Jason
is
Tatum,
wait? I just want to ask
Well,
this question, Mookie. Mookie, I just want to ask this question. Let's forget everything we said. Why is Luka over Tatum?
What the fuck?
This shit crazy as fuck.
And then he says when healthy. Okay,
No,
Nigga went on mute when you asked.
Wait.
No, Mookie, why is
Nah, answer that
Why
shit.
is Luka over Tatum?
Assuming health is John Morant better than he's really 10th. He's 10th in the world.
Why
Assuming
is Luka over Tatum, Mookie?
Luka's more impacted.
Why?
Luka's never been to a finals.
Exactly. So why is he more impactful? Why?
So hold on. So y'all gonna sit there and say Luka hasn't been to the final?
Nigga, answer the fucking question, nigga. Don't ask me a question with another question. Why is it that Luka is over Tatum? If you say he's more impactful, fair. Why is he more impactful? Tell me the things that he does that makes him more impactful than Tatum. Tell me those things.
Bro, watch your fucking mouth, nigga. The fuck you talking to?
Mookie,
Like
I'm talking to you, nigga.
Shut your fat ass. Listen. listen,
how much
listen.
He not gonna
Luka,
answer. He not gonna
hey,
answer.
hey, say.
Wait, Mookie, we don't even know what you look like, bro. How you gonna comment on how somebody else look like, bro? We can't even see you, bro. I don't understand this, bro. You over here getting cooked because of your list and because of your
He doesn't want
you
to
take your
answer. He
personal
doesn't
shot.
look. He doesn't
I
want
want
to
to know
answer
this.
it because literally everything that he just said about
Wait,
Kawhi and Jokic would apply to Tatum and fucking Luka.
So tell
Everything
us.
he just said.
Nah, he on crack cocaine, man. He's snorting that shit, bro.
Hey, let him answer. Let him answer. Let him
Let
answer. Let him answer.
Nah, fuck that. Let him answer. Don't give him no bailouts. Answer the question.
He don't know how to
Luka,
answer. He's snorting right now.
Hold on. Let it go.
Yo, let him talk. Let him
Luka's
talk.
a better scorer. He's a better playoff performer than Jayson Tatum. That's facts. And if you look at what Luka has done with less, Luka has contributed, and his impact is just higher than what Jayson Tatum is. When Jayson Tatum has elite defense surrounding him, has more better talent than what Luka has, and Luka is still getting to in a tougher conference in the Western Conference. He's still getting to the conference finals and putting up better productive stats than Jayson
He did that
Tatum.
1 year.
So
Yes,
thank
yes,
you
he
for
is. He's
explaining
better.
why Jokic is better than
That
Kawhi.
1 year.
We
What?
appreciate that
Everybody
explanation.
shush.
Wait a minute.
Let's
Low.
break down everything
Wait,
he
Low.
just said. Let's please break it down.
Wait a minute. Low. Wait a minute. How many conference finals has Luka been to since 2019? Let's apply that same logic.
He's been to one.
So
and
how
it was
many
this
conference
year.
How many conference finals has Jayson Tatum been to since 2019?
I want to say every year except for 1 year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so 3. So he's been to 3 conference finals. Luka's been to 1, but Luka's still ahead of him. All right, just checking. Go ahead.
Hold on, I just want to break down. I want to break down everything though. Okay, you say he's a better scorer. I would more or less agree. You then say
you said Jayson Tatum been to 3 conference finals.
He
has
has.
Been 3.
He has, buddy.
If I'm not
2019?
mistaken, I think the only one.
Yeah, 2020.
Last year, 18 in the bubble. Last year, 18
Correct.
in the bubble.
18. Okay.
Okay, so he been every last year was the only year that he didn't because Brown was hurt.
Luka has more first team All-NBAs. Go ahead.
He just hard pivoted away from.
Wait.
Jokic has more first team All-NBAs and MVP than Kawhi Leonard. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, he does. But okay, so because your standard is definitely changing when it comes to 2 other players.
He just hard pivoted.
But okay, wait.
Really
So let's establish this for a second. You said better score. I would more or less probably agree that Luka. I think they're relatively similar. Why is Luka a better scorer? Let me ask you that.
He not trying to give up no ammunition.
Why is Luka a better scorer?
Your phone work, Mookie. Your phone
Because
work.
Nigga say hello.
He gets to he gets to the basket with ease. He's better finisher around the basket. He's a better 3-point shooter, right? He's a better shot creator. Shot creator.
You say he's a better 3-point shooter. That is factually incorrect. He's not a better 3-point shooter.
Yes, to me, I think if you want to look at terms of percentages,
I'm not
he's a
asking
better
about
3-point
you.
shooter.
I'm asking
Hold on. He's a better shot creator. He's better at getting to the basket.
Who's
than
a better
Tatum.
3-point shooter, Mookie?
How the fuck do you say to me? Yes, he is.
Said
to nigga said to me.
That nigga said to me.
What the fuck are we doing?
To me,
he's a better 3-point
That
shooter.
nigga West
better.
mad, bro.
What do y'all look? Hold on. What do y'all?
Y'all
What do
got
y'all
my
look?
nigga West
What do
heated,
y'all
bro.
look at? Hold on. What do y'all look at as better 3-point shooters?
Yo, West,
Nigga, we look at the numbers, nigga.
Okay, y'all look at numbers,
Good.
but I
can't
look at
hear
it
you.
on who's hitting it more over a consistent rate, and I see
Hey,
Luka
Mookie,
Those
Okay,
numbers,
that's
artistly
in my
numbers,
opinion,
aren't those
and he's a
numbers?
better finisher at the basket.
I could have sworn
you
those
can't
numbers.
even
fuck
argue
finishing,
off
nigga.
the dribble
Shut up. Everybody
threes
shut
because they both take off the dribble
Russell
threes.
Westbrook is a better 3-point shooter than Steph Curry. Because to me, he is. I swear to God. Like, to me, he is. He's my favorite player of all time. To me, he is. So that's the logic. That's what we're running on. I got you.
Mookie,
Bro, that is the dumbest thing I ever heard. This nigga said to me.
Mookie.
Hey,
2019.
he's a better finisher.
Jesus, Mookie from 2019 up until now, Luka shoots 33.7% from 3. Tatum from 2019 until now shoots 38% from 3. That's the difference. Even if I were to look at postseason, Tatum is still 38% to Luka's 36%.
Can you look at the terms of volume, please?
They both shoot high volume, and you can't even use the argument.
3-point line.
I knew he was gonna go to volume. I knew it. I knew he was going to volume.
Low. Who's taking more 30-footers though? Who's taking more 30-footers?
They both. No, I'm just gonna answer your questions. Both of them shoot 7 or more. Both of them do.
How many one-legged threes?
Say
How
it
many
again, Mookie.
step backs? How many step backs
This
though?
man
How many
said
one-legged threes?
productable. He said productable.
Mookie, what are you saying? What are you
Productable.
saying?
Nah,
How
yeah.
many one-legged threes?
Wait, what is that?
Stop.
Mookie?
Please stop.
No way.
No,
Mookie,
that's
here's
somebody else that said
He
productable.
said productable. How can you
Productable.
even have him
Nah,
in the
you gotta look at the
conversation
size
How
of
many
of
one legged?
threes?
Who's saying this shit? All I'm saying is Luka's a better scorer than Tatum, bro. I mean, let's
okay. You say he gets to the paint.
average more points and he just better finishing around the basket. Tatum might be, if you want to say Tatum a better 3-point shooter, you can go ahead and have it. But I just think, to me, overall, Luka's a better scorer than
What's
Tatum,
the point, bro?
especially in the postseason.
The thing is, we agree that Luka